Hey guys, Zoroarrkk here, and today I'm bringing you guys a video that it came out yesterday. You guys probably saw it. If you didn't, then what were you doing? I have absolutely no idea. But today we are going to be speaking about the E3 Expo. What they show, what they didn't show. Most of it was on Legend of Zelda, so if you guys are Legend of Zelda fans, I suggest you go and watch that. Watch the whole expo. That sounded and looked amazing. Unfortunately, I'm not a Legend of Zelda fan, but I would have been really, really excited for that. I mean, that honestly, I was thinking about maybe buying it because I thought that was awesome. So, that is not what this video is going to be. This video is going to be on Pokemon Sun and Moon, what we found out from E3, and just general recaps. But I do stress to you guys, please, 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 please go and watch it for yourselves. It's about 40 to 45 minutes long. It's not really long at all. And trust me, I was enjoying myself way too much, not taking that literally. And I was so hyped. I mean, you see gameplay. I will show you guys little clips, little screenshots. But I do know that Nintendo are copyrighting these. I did just get a copyright notice, not a strike, but a notice for uploading the thing from my friend. So I can't really show too much because I don't want to get striked or anything like that. So I highly suggest you guys go and find it. If you just type in Nintendo E3 2016, you should be able to find it. It's right near the start of the expo. In fact, it's about 10 minutes in. So I highly suggest you guys go and watch it. But that all aside, I'm going to jump right into it. So I'm really just reading off Cerebi right now. I'm not going to be watching the whole thing again because it was 30 minutes to 45 minutes long. And a lot of it was just basically Masuda and Amari speaking and then getting translated. Stuff like that, which was pretty interesting to listen to their views, even though it was for obviously a translator, just to find what they thought about the game they created. And actually, they had a role change. Omori was directing, and Masuda was actually producing, rather than the other way around this year, which I found quite interesting. But I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to go through logically. I'm reading it off Cerebi at the moment. So I hopefully haven't missed out anything. There is one key thing that isn't on here that I will be speaking about. But that I'll be going more in depth in another video on it. So we're just going to kick right into it. So the first thing I would like to say is that you see from the videos and the gameplay footage and stuff like that, that the proportion sizes of your characters are completely different, and I mean completely different. They are, I don't even know how to say it, but it was more real size, it's more scaled. You're actually smaller than your mum now, and preschoolers are tiny now, as they should be. No more them same size and everyone's same size, so I'm kind of glad for that. So they basically really focus on the graphics. You'll see from when you watch the video, they really focus on the graphics, and they stressed in it that it was all a demo. Basically, they'd never done something like this before, so some of the stuff like the Rotom Pokédex wasn't even in the game at the moment. It's not even in the game, it's not coded yet, so they're still working on it today. But they really did focus on the graphics and the HUD and the UI, as I will go into, because some of it is absolutely insane. So they changed the proportions, which I liked. Second thing you noticed was that your hometown looks amazing. Your house looks absolutely awesome. It looks a bit like a I don't know how, like a chateau type thing. It's not, but that's the best way I can explain it. It's not like a boring basic house anymore. It's like a wooden house, and I think it looked absolutely amazing. I loved it. The grass animation, well, not the grass animation, but the grass, how it looks more free flowing now. In previous games, even up to X and Y, it was still very much like blocky. You can see going from patch to patch. Here you can't. It's all free flowing grass, like it is in the real world. which I absolutely adore. It just shows how different you can go from 2-3 years. I mean, we look at X and Y, and you know, it was the first one on the 3DS, and everyone was freaking out because your characters were all in 3D and all that. And now they've brought out this. So I think that's awesome. Route 1 is started on a hill, which is pretty cool. And then another thing that is pretty cool, which we all pretty much guessed from the trailer, is that Pokemon from different regions is back, like in X and Y. They are back. The first one found was Ledyba. Ledyba is number 20 in the Alola region Pokedex. So that is pretty cool. Like I said, it can be found on Route 1. Another thing that I want to get into here is the new battle UI. Now, this thing is stacked with new things. They really changed it here. So, as you can see, the fight button is on the right, your bag button, and I can't remember what the last button is on the left, and then your run button is on the bottom. Pokemon, that's what I meant to say. So, fights on the right, bag and Pokemon on the left, runs at the bottom. If you press Y, you automatically go to your Pokeballs for quicker catches, and you've got a little 2D sprites of both Pokemon in the middle. Now, if you actually click on the Pokemon, you can this happens for both your Pokemon and the opposing Pokemon. You can actually see stat changes. You can see arrows going up, arrows going down in terms of stat changes, which I think is awesome. It means you don't have to count as much anymore. I'm not sure how I'm going to do like Carmines, because I believe Carmines go up in half stats. I'm not sure about that. I'm not a very competitive person, and 2 years ago I literally got rid of Carmine and everything like that, and Growl and Tail Wag, or Tail Whip, sorry, etc. instantly. But I think that's really good. That's going to be really cool for competitive play. You can really see and check stats, stat changes, etc, etc. Sorry, I'm taking so much breath, so I'm a bit throaty at the moment. I got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise for that, and I might have to mute my mic for a second, so I do apologise for that, but I'll try and keep going. So that's really the first thing you notice from the battle UI. From the actual battle itself, you can see your trainer. If you're going against an enemy trainer, you can see their trainer as well. You've obviously got the different camera angles, which is pretty cool. And the way to actually go in battle in grass is pretty cool. It's like you go, almost like you're a little Pokemon, you get rustling through the grass and you just jump out in the battlefield and see the Pokemon you're encountering. So I really love that. Moving on to the new Pokemon that has been announced in it. You have Yungoos, not sure how you pronounce it. Yungos. It is always hungry and can be found on Route 101. Route 1, sorry. It is a normal type. Ability is either Stakeout or Strong Jaw. Now, just from the looks of Yungoos, it is going to be your rodent Pokemon. As I did in a Pokedex theory video, predicting the Pokedex, I basically nailed the first route instantly. But anyone could do that. Anyone just looks at the general patterns, and you could do that. So, Yungoos is your rodent Pokemon. Then you got Pikapek, which I think is absolutely cute and adorable. It's a normal flying type, so that's your bird Pokemon. His abilities are Keen Eye and Skill Link. It has 2 evolutions and is 10 on the Pokedex. We don't know where Yungoos is on the Pokedex. But Pikapek is number 10 in the Alola, and it has 2 evolutions, so it's going to be a 3-part bird Pokemon. Then also there was Grubbin announced. It is a bug type and has the ability to swarm. That was not in the E3 Expo. I believe that was on the website that was released. So you got your bug, you got your bird, you got your rodent, and obviously we have a couple of Pokemon that we already knew. So as far as I'm aware, Pikapek might be the Pokemon, but they were doing in the first trailer, the actual like first one for the 20-year anniversary, where they had the scales and like sprite image and line image. I believe Pikachu was that bird, so I think we now know what that bird was. Next thing I want to say is the people in the Expo, they chose Poplio. I believe it was level 8, it might be level 9, I'm not sure which level it was. It learned Disarming Voice, the fairy type move, so maybe it's going to be a water fairy. That's a possibility, we don't know. Another thing I want to go into is when you actually encounter a trainer. I found this really cool and a really nice aspect that they added into the game. And basically, when you get close to a trainer and you're in their line of sight, your screen will shadow out a bit. It will go narrower, like almost like eyes like narrowing out. It will go a bit like that, and it will show you that a trainer is pending and you will be battled from them, which I find quite good. If you're not sure whether that's a Pokemon trainer or not, and you're not sure whether you can go left or right, you want to avoid them, maybe your Pokemon's low, or you just want to get through the route as quick as you can, that really indicates that the trainer is there and they will battle you. Also, because the new engine that they have used, all the characters are now in 3D. They did confirm this. Masuda, I believe, was the one that confirmed it. And you can actually see from this little clip here that this girl, she's actually throwing her Pokeball up and down, up and down, up and down, almost waiting for your challenge. So I think that's really, really cool. Another thing with battling in general is that your Pokemon moves, when you've versed a Pokemon before, it will come up saying what moves are super effective, what moves are not very effective, what moves are not effective at all, and if they're just neutral, they just come up as effective. So I think that's pretty cool. Just lets you know your typing's a bit better and makes you easier, so it makes it easier on someone like me, who absolutely sucks at typings and half the time forgets things are ghost types. So that is going to be something pretty neat for me in particular. So that's really moving off the battling style, the new changes in battling. And in fact, that really moves off most of what we know from the first bit of the game. Like I said, the game looks absolutely amazing, which I loved. Another thing outside of battling is that your movements is now free. It's now analog. So in Black and White, I believe they introduced... No, it didn't, I think. I think it was X and Y they first introduced it. They introduced a diagonal movement. So you go left, right, up, down, and diagonal. Now you can just go wherever your analog stick goes. So obviously you can still go left, right, up, and down with your D-pad. But if you're using your stick, you can go up, down, left, right, north, northeast, southwest at a bearing of 262 degrees. For example, you can go absolutely anywhere on that 360 degree scale, which is pretty cool. Moving into the last real bit of the gameplay they show, because I didn't want to really spoil much of the story, which I respect. It gives you like a little teaser of the story. Is you go to a festival. But loads of things, it's like a festival that introduces you and your rival, Hal, or your friend Hal. I'm not sure whether he's supposed to be your rival or your friend. It introduces them to the world of battling, and you have a battle against him. He has a Pichu and whatever the opposite Pokemon of your Pokemon will be. And it definitely looks like something that's going to be tributal for a tribe or something like that. It looks very tribe-like. And something that I'll be going into on another video, not too much on this video, is something called Tapu Koko. Now, it was a little bit teased in the E3 Expo. We got told to keep an eye on the name, remember the name Tapu Koko, but they wouldn't tell us what it is. and that's going to be a separate theory altogether. That's going to be a separate video, and I'm going to be really focusing on Tapu Koko, what I think it's going to be, what other people think it's going to be, because it has got a couple of people wondering what it's going to be. So, other than that, there's nothing really else, mainly in the main game, that we really found out about it. So then we move on to something they issue, which is going to be a little bit more funny, joking around, playing with your mates, very much for connectivity. Is going to be a new multiplayer game mode, and this multiplayer game mode is called Battle Royale, and as the name suggests, it's going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be where 4 players with 3 Pokemon each, maximum, can be 1, can be 2, go into a battle. You all in like different corners, and you can only send 1 Pokemon at a time. You can attack any Pokemon whatsoever, but the battle will end when the first trainer loses all the Pokemon. The winner. I've been speaking for a long time, so now my words are getting jumbled up. But the winner is going to be told by tallying up kills to deaths. So if you haven't lost a Pokemon, but you've killed 2 Pokemon, so your score, let's say, is 5, and you've played 3v3, you're most likely to win. So that is pretty cool. It's probably going to be something that I'll probably try out a couple of times, but it's just going to really be for fun, basically. It's not going to really be something serious. It's not going to be competitive or anything like that. Now, the only other things I want to touch on are really things that was found out after the game, after the expo. I believe these might be from the Pokemon website. I'm just reading this from Cerebi, like I said earlier on. So, Stakeout, the ability that Youngest can have, is basically almost a bit like Moxie, I believe. So the Pokemon's move can deal twice the normal damage to any Pokemon that switches in or enters the field mid-battle. So I was completely wrong with Moxie. I have no idea what I was thinking about. That sounds really cool. Basically, Youngest is going to be quite annoying for switchingers. So gym leaders, that's going to be really good. So it's going to be like a free retaliate, in a sense. So that is pretty cool. Soul Heart, which I believe is Megaena. Yeah, that's Megaena's ability. It will raise Megaena's special attack by 1 each time another Pokemon in the arena faints. That's what I was getting at, Moxie. But I think it is regardless of whether it is fated with Megaena out or whether Megaena is not there. So if Megaena is not there, Megaena is just, in your 6th slot, for example, and you give it, I don't know, Choice Specs, for example, and you say now it's your 6th Pokemon, yeah, you're going to probably sweep with it. So that sounds pretty cool. The changes in the appearance of Solgaleo and Lunala when they have the weird symbols on their heads, when they do their signature moves, is called Radiant Sun Phase and Full Moon Phase, which I love. But other than that, there isn't really anything else that they really announced. They teased a lot of things, but they never really shoe a lot of things in general. One thing that, again, a lot of these things will be in separate videos. I was watching this, I was just thinking of ideas left, right, and centre. But another thing they really did state a lot in this in the expo, Masuda and Omari, is that the games are actually very much based on life and how life is. So that's where the ideas of Sun and Moon came from, because Sun grants you life and Moon is just there to help, basically. And so they want to really just emphasize life and make it more real world, because yeah, they just wanted to make it really real world. So anyway, guys, this was Zoroarrkk. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry that there was a little bit of a break in the audio. That is not your ears deceiving you. I started having a coughing fit, so I had to end the audio there and then redo the next bit. So I do apologise on that. Like I said before, go and watch the E3 trailer and look on the website. You will find probably things that I have missed, because, like I said, I was just reading from Cerebi and remembering what I could remember. And I will see you guys in the next video. That will be a couple of theories here and there. Like I said, I have a lot that I'm thinking about right now. So if you guys did enjoy this video, did enjoy this news breakdown, please leave a like down below. It is very much appreciated. And subscribe if you new and enjoy my content. I will be uploading a lot more frequently now because I'm about to end school. I've only got a week to go. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I've been Zoroarrkk. Peace out, everybody.